Mm. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another DMing Hadley's game. Tonight we are playing the OG Mercenary Guild. I am really looking forward to get back to it. Something a little sweet, something a little special. Um, I'm yeah, I'm really looking forward to tonight. Yes, they will probably be hunting for more dragon eggs. It's sort of the theme here. I know that sounds like, every week they hunt dragon eggs. Yeah, there's a lot of dragon eggs to collect, guys. I don't know what to tell you. This world was absolutely inundated with dragons, and then all of a sudden, most of them just disappeared. Some flew back up to the moon. Others were dragged down into the nine hells to serve Tiamat. Um, I wonder what kind of tea Tiamat enjoys. It's be matcha, right? And she's got five heads. She can have five different types of tea and still enjoy it, right? Yeah, no need to choose just one. Everybody's got a favorite. So I'm excited about that. Maybe if you guys find like the specialty Tiamat enjoys, she won't rise back to the surface and destroy the whole world. But I don't know. Maybe that'll work. Also, if anybody knows anybody at Google, please tell them to add all of the words in the dictionary to their spell check. I typed so. This is the Mercenary Guild. This is our sixth season. If you're like, but Hadley, you started with six? No, I didn't. I started with one. And you guys just happened to be seeing the sixth of these seasons. It is season six, episode six. And the title of this episode is You Can't Make an Omelette. And I'm going to mute you, Jen, because you've got to control your D. It's already controlled now. And for some reason, it was like omelet is spelled wrong, and I was like, I assure you, it is not. And yet, I could not convince Google that you can spell omelet like how the French do. I don't I don't know why that's so hard. But that's the title of the episode. You can't make an omelet. It's the dragon eggs. You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs, or in this case, because they're okay. Let's get started.
Sir, are you sure you spelled omelet correctly?
I am 1,000% sure. So
I'll
much
need
so,
to
so much so that
check it
I
out.
I did have to go back and be like, I know how to spell the word omelet. So I looked it up, and what was more offensive is that I typed in omelet, and what it said was OMLET. And I
I'm gonna
was
have
like,
to check this out.
that's not a word. That's not a word. And it said below that in
Check this out.
parentheses, omelet. OMELETTE. And I was like, why is that second? Because that's how. Yeah, you know what, Wayne? You're probably right. It's a fucking Wordle. You listen here. If y'all are hooked on the Wordle, just you wait. There's a Star Trek: The Next Generation episode about people like you who get hooked on the games and then they can't not, and then they become controlled by the people in power. Anybody remember this one? Just letting you know, that's how that works. Also, machine learning. In case anyone was curious, we're training the computers and distracting ourselves at the same time. I, for one, welcome our robot overlords. Please, someone who understands efficiency, get to work, please. Pretty please. I'm ready. My body's ready. Speaking of things my body's ready for, who wants to play Dungeons and Dragons? Okay, cool. How about you, Jordan? Is your body ready for Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Good. Then let's get started with the round robin. It's not my favorite part of the program, but it's pretty close. During the round robin, we like to do four distinct things. The first thing we do is introduce ourselves. The second thing we do is share with one another and the world our pronouns. The third thing we do is introduce our characters. And the fourth and final thing we do is offer a vivid aesthetic description of our characters so that they may live in each and every one of our brain holes. You see, I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time, 6 days a week, often multiple times per day. And today is no different. So, without further ado, Jen, why don't you take it away and show the folks at home how it's done?
All right, so I am Rios. I also go by Jen, and I am he/him pronouns, occupation, soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta
My
flex that.
gender is soldier.
Yeah, my gender is soldier. I am green.
Yeah.
All right, and my character is Brandon Rivers. He is also a soldier. He is of the punchy variant of fighter.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
is so in
Punchy
this
boy.
world he is a sentinel. In this world he fought for a fallen kingdom, and now he spends his days redeeming himself and his honor and his family, that and the people that he failed in protecting. And the best way he thought to do that was to join the Mercenary Guild and help save the world. And so here he is.
What's he look like? Oh,
He-
he looks like character default character option 001.
the default character option: tan skin, black hair, dark eyes. He looks a little Mexican,
Little
but like in D and
broody.
D, a little less broody now. But he shaves.
Oh,
He
that's right.
shaves.
That's right. He
He
cleaned
shaves. He
up.
got rid of
He
the
did clean up.
eyeliner.
Okay.
He got a
All right.
haircut.
All right.
I dare
Solid.
say he might even look attractive now.
Let's not push it.
Can I roll for it?
I understand this is a fantasy world. We'll see. Well, we might get around to
Perfect,
that.
perfect, perfect.
He's
He
got
wears.
some. He's got a
Yeah.
grill, don't he? He got a couple things.
Oh
He got
yeah,
some
yeah,
bling.
yeah. He got a grill because the greats he got it as a great gift from the wonderful wonderful and precious quartermaster of the Mercenary
Yep.
Guild,
Correct.
who has done
Correct.
nothing wrong,
No,
and
she is
and
beyond
has
reproach.
beyond
Cyanel
reproach.
Silverwhip is beyond reproach, and
Yes,
any ill words spoken of her
yes,
will result in immediate punishment.
yes. That is true. And his current best friend is Wayne the Wizard, who he still doesn't know is actually a ranger. He still doesn't know that. He firmly believes that Wayne the Wizard is actually a wizard still. And yeah, that is Brendan so far.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Lovely. Thanks, Bud. That brings us round to Mr. Manuel.
Yeah, hello. I'm Manuel, using the he/him pronouns also. Checking in from a very stormy, very cold Germany all of a
Ooh.
sudden. Yeah, it's been a well, not a loud night, but at least I heard the wind basically the whole night through.
Whipping through.
Yeah, it looks like winter has finally decided to show at least a few aspects of a winter. Um,
Fair.
yeah, I'm running Curtis Drummer again, Tabaxi Bart, a beautiful cat, honey like fur with dark tufts. He's got a huge neck beard that he's awfully proud of. There were rumors of a flea problem going around. It was just a one-time incident. He's got it in hand. Um,
Just a little ointment.
hmm?
Just a little ointment goes a long way.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No. He's probably the best liar that he knows, but maybe he's just lying to himself. He
Mhm.
doesn't know. Um, yeah, he so far during the introduction to the Mercenary Guild, he used a mix of spellcasting and charisma to go through all these challenges. But right now, standing knee deep in purple worms, he realizes that this might be a situation that he can't talk himself out of.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. What was his fur color?
It's like a honey. It's like a rich, orangey yellow,
Okay.
light brown, and then it's got these dark tufts at the very edge.
Very good. Very good. I always think he's darker, grayer than he is. I think probably just because of the picture in the for like Tabaxis in the game. So okay, cool. Thanks, bud. Mr. Wayne, take it away.
For once, remembering to unmute.
Hey,
First
look at
time
this
for
guy.
everything.
They grow up so fast, y'all.
So this is my name's Wayne, checking in from a very hot Australia in the afternoon. Shouldn't complain. It's actually cooled down from how it's been for the summer so far.
Back down to 32, 31.
Yeah, well, that was last week, actually. It was actually nice today. So it's my pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing Wayne the Wizard. He's a Fey Wanderer Ranger, but he dresses like a wizard. He's got a pointy wizard hat. He's got a long wizard stick. He was an apprentice wizard when he was a little nipper, but he was sold off by his master to a sea hag and has kind of grown up with a very paranoid and twisted view of reality and a bit of a Fey-like morality, starting with never tell anyone your real name or profession. Never give that shit away.
You hear that, everybody?
May I have your name? The answer is no, you may not.
I got a whole party. They popped into the Feywild, and a bureaucratic gnome showed up, and it was like, yes, can I have your names, please, for border control purposes? And everyone gave him their name, and I was like, I had to bite my lip. I was like, this is going so well. I got them all 5 of them.
Yep. So, and vivid description. Wayne the Wizard is very scraggly and weather-beaten. His hat is beaten. His wizardly robes are quite shaggy and reveal rather more armor than the typical wizard generally wears. And I had a bit of a reread of the Fey Wanderer description in the handbook and discovered that he also has a distinctive scent. He smells comfortingly of butterscotch and propane. So, weave that one in there.
All right.
There you go. And I think that's about it for me. Did I forget anything?
Good. Beautiful. Thanks, Wayne. Jordan, bring it home.
Okay, hello. My name is Jordan, and I use he, him pronouns. And I'll be playing again as Revius this week, who is an Owland Rogue. He's a short little thing at just 3 feet tall, and he has the coloration of a barn owl. So he has a heart-shaped face and mostly tan and brown gradient feathers. He clearly takes good care of himself because all of his feathers are preened and orderly, and he just looks very dapper despite fighting worms in caves. He doesn't wear any clothes, but he does have his new fancy dagger that he just got from Silverwhip tucked under his wing, and he has a quiver and short bow strapped to his back with a rapier on his right hip. And he actually used to be a sailor, so he's familiar with handling ships and enjoyed working out at sea because there was plenty of fish to have.
Not bad. I like your barn owl. I do. I like him. I think he's adorable.
I like my owl too.
He's a sharp character. Got good motivation. He wants to be here. That's a change. That's a departure from a previous character. And Analoth was great. I do love Analoth. I'm just saying that, this guy gotta go.
Analoth was there for Drummer.
Yeah, Analoth was there. Analoth sort of got swept up in the pageantry, and
He's like, yeah, this is my life now, I guess.
And yeah, we might get to visit Analoth at some point and figure out what happened to him. That's the beauty of playing in the Mercenary Guild, is that you can change out characters from one week to the next, or dial in if there's minor adjustments that need to be made to your character to make sure they play how you expect them to and fit the world. It's you know what? It's a full-time job and nobody's good at it. Teaching was hunting phase mice. Middle management. Yeah, understandable that Drummer would be jealous about that. I guess if all of you have gone, that leaves but one man behind. It's me, DMing Hadley. He, him pronouns here for about 60% or so of your DMing needs. We begin tonight just outside of this canyon, running, winding gently from southern deserts to northern plains. As we see your party, you are loading the last of the dragon eggs into these huge boxes, these crates filled with, egg crate material. And as you do, BIOS is taking a tally of everything that you've collected. Can I get who is trained in investigation or Arcana? Either one is fine, actually. All right.
I am too.
Arcana?
Arcana.
Investigation.
Investigation. All right. Go ahead and roll me investigation or Arcana as you see fit. We're going to have a little discussion about some dragon eggs.
That's a 17 for Wayne.
Nice.
26 on
An
investigation.
18 and investigation for Brandon.
18, and I'm sorry, did you say 26 for Rivius?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, each of the dragon eggs have nameplates on them. No. Absolutely impressive. I think, Brandon, you've got sort of a big picture look at things here. You see there's 18 dragon eggs. And BIOS has taken it upon herself to go ahead and just nab a couple of the purple worm eggs for science, she says.
For science.
As you look at them, if you guys have ever had the joy of getting fresh eggs, I know that there's people who've live in other countries where fresh eggs are but that's the standard. Around here, you have to go out of your way to get fresh eggs. But when you see a dozen eggs and a dozen different colors, it's this illuminating, captivating sort of sensation. And that's sort of what you see here. Each of these eggs looks distinct. There is a moderately sized red egg. There is a black egg, and as you are looking over each of these in minute detail, Rivius, you note this more than anything. You see a black egg. The meat of the scales is black. And the edges of them start to turn sort of an indigo color. You see a couple of other eggs. You see one that is white and speckled with red. You see another that is gray and speckled with green. You see a few more just very standard blue, white, red, green. And then there is one egg in particular that stands out from the rest. And it is absolutely gorgeous. It's truly, truly gorgeous. The base of the scales on this egg are sort of a dark hunter green. They very quickly gradiate into an almost sea foam, and then to white, and then into a periwinkle, and into a mauve at the very edge of the scales. It looks like it's been intricately painted, and compared to the other eggs, it stands out without a doubt. It is also a little bit smaller than the other eggs. And Wayne, as you begin to, as it catches your eye, that wizard's beard there starts a humming. And as you look at it, you had a 17, I believe, is what you said from Arcana. With a 17, you realize that this is no normal ass dragon's egg for sure. And as you begin to meander through the history of your experiences, you wonder, and perhaps even hope against hope, that this could be a fairy dragon egg.
Ah, you little beauty.
And it is at that. It is maybe a third smaller than the rest of the eggs. But yeah, truly, it is. It is a work of art. And yeah, as you look at it, Bios comes over and says, yeah, that I think. I mean, that's got to be my favorite, right? That's your favorite too, right? It's right.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. Now, question is, we're hatching these, right? Or are we hiding them in the bushes for the kiddies to find? No, that's a different reality,
Yeah,
different day. No, we're definitely, because if we're hatching these, this one's going to be a problem when it hatches.
Can we have one? Can we have one of these as a pet, though?
I think we had a pretty real experience with having dragons as pets for a while.
Don't we have a dragon before? Like the purple one. What was the name again?
Hireg?
Erex. We have one, so we can clearly have another.
Oh, you are new around here, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very
That's
new.
okay. No, I understand the concern and the enthusiasm. But I think Rivius Rivius.
Dietary concerns.
I'm fine with that.
Right on the nose.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, can I get a insight check from really anybody who feels like it?
I got a natural 20.
25.
20.
Yeah, 21.
Nice.
15, nothing spectacular.
Okay.
I love how my natural 20 is still less.
So I think that while Wayne is sort of like going on about the take them on put them in the bushes for the children, and the three of you see Bios react very notably to the we're going to hatch them, right? Question mark. And you see the lights in her eyes sort of shift back and forth. And she goes to take a breath to sort of like refute the statement. And when Wayne continues to carry on, you can almost see her breathe a sigh of relief. And as Brandon inquires, she musters up the oh no, we can't be breeding dragons. That's wow, that's very, very dangerous. Hireg is a unique individual, and he chose of his own volition to stay with the Mercenary Guild, primarily because of the relationship that he developed with Dunwin, and his being here still is not a matter of servitude. He finds himself very comfortable, and his lineage would put him in harm's way, and even potentially pit him against us if he were to be controlled by Tiamat. So he is fighting the good fight, she says.
All right, that's fair. That was just an idea. Just wanted to see if we can all give like an army of dragons that can help us fight. This evil forces of the
Yeah,
world.
behind that, all of you know that there's a dragon breeding cons like that Bios absolutely and fundamentally wants to hatch all of these dragon eggs. And she plays it off very well, but that one moment really just gave her away. As she says, "Okay, everybody, ready to head back to the ship?"
Yes.
Great.
Let's go.
Here we go. And she begins to make her way back towards the helm of this ship. Towards the aft of the ship, there's a two steps that go up to a platform, and then there's sort of a stone which looks like it just wore down from being seated upon for years and years and years and years and years. And as she sits clunk onto it, she inserts a wooden cane into a spot between four bricks. And those of you who are observant or use your memories will recognize a deeply etched circle with four arrows pointing inward, which point towards the point where that cane sits between those four stones. And as she hops up and grabs that cane, if you don't control your deed, I'm gonna kick you right out of this guy. You should know better than anybody. I don't mind the drawing. Drawing's fine. As she goes to activate this ship, it lifts maybe just a couple of inches. And then she sort of looks down to the right and reaches up to her ear as if she's got like a little earworm communication thing going on. And she just sort of like almost like deactivates for a moment. She just sort of goes into idle mode. And then she pops back up and her eyes illuminate and she goes, "Oh, you guys are feeling pretty robust, right?"
Oh, yeah, got some fight left.
Great. Glad to hear it. We're going to make one more stop before we head back. And she begins to bring the ship about and fly southward. And as she does, you begin to see this southern desert give way to a band of trees along the southern end of this continent. And as you get there, you also see a horizon of blue-green waters split down the middle by an isthmus of rocky sand. And as you look out even farther, you see a pretty sizable tower. And it is silhouetted against the southern sky. The sun is beginning to go down, but it is not quite yet that golden hour. But as you look on, you see the ship begin to rise higher and higher into the sky. And you pass over that tower about 1,000 feet off the starboard side. And you can see it pretty uniquely because everything around it is gone. Everything else is cleared as just this one tower, and it looks like someone just took a pile of rocks and sort of like poured it. Have you guys ever done like a poured sand castle? It looks like somebody took like the world's biggest pile of rocks and went and then squeezed it into place. It does not look like it was constructed by mundane means. And as Bios hums, she continues to press this vehicle southward. Can I get history or survival checks from anyone who is trained in them?
That's a 22 from me.
Magnificent. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. Hey, Wayne. You're like you're pretty well traveled. You're pretty attentive, especially to maps and methods of cartography. And as you sort of scratch your head and think about it, you're like, oh yeah, there's the continent, and there was the Feywild and the shadowy area over here, and then there was the mesa, and then there was the desert, and then there was the trees, then there was the isthmus, and then there was a continent to the south. And that continent to the south, the western half of it, give or take, was labeled the Nine Hells. And the eastern section of that continent was labeled the Abyss. And the middle of that continent was a battlefield, a front where devils and demons fought in perpetuity, barely gaining and losing ground over the course of the last, boy howdy, it's been 18 months since
pretty.
since the ground here, as you begin to look out and realize where you are, is absolutely burnt. It is ruined. It is everything is decimated. There's only slight suggestions of the foundations of where buildings and cities must have been. And then things get very interesting because you fly over the ruins of two what must have been magnificent. I could do it. Do it. Pyramids. Thank you, Brain. Good job, Brain. I was like, nope. Come on, Brain. Architecture, you can do it. You see, one, which you're sort of headed straight towards. And it is, we know, we talked about this. You know, you did the history check on it, the Illuminati. It's understandable. You see sort of the four corners of this structure. As you look down, there are huge columns of earth that seem to have erupted from the ground, and the ground itself is shifted and uneven, and you can see thin lines of magma still hot underneath this ground. And as you look down into the pyramid you're flying over, it looks like it goes down forever. And there is nothing but orangey red magma, which seems to be pouring into it. And the real disturbing part is how small the silhouettes of the dragons you see look. They're very small, which means they're very far down, which means it goes way, way down. And you get just a little Hebe and a little Jeeby.
Brandon doesn't like heights.
Do you look over the edge to see what Wayne's looking at?
No, I'm far away from the ledge.
Okay, very
I
good.
do. I like heights, and I'm getting a
I'm
bit
currently
of the whole.
clutching onto Biles's leg.
She's
Yep,
like, wow,
that's a lot. That's a drop. That's a doozy.
I guess I'm lucky I can't really feel that. Rivius and Drummer, what are you doing as this flight carries on?
Rivius wants to be in the spot where he can get the most wind in his feathers without being thrown off the ship.
You wanna do you
Wipe the
want to
window down?
sketch the whip?
What?
Do you want to sketch the whip?
I don't know what that means.
Sketching is a method of locomotion where a skateboarder will hold on to a car and be pulled by it. I was wondering if you wanted to just like drop a line off the back of the ship and just like, I
Yes.
believe I can fly.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, that's cool.
Well, he doesn't believe he can fly, but
Yeah, it's. I mean, I know you can fly, but I'm just saying. Drummer, what are you up to?
Well, when Wayne told the story about this being a battlefield between demons and devils, that made me really nervous. So I'm going from the left side to the right side, taking every opportunity to scan the landscape, to look for paranormal activities, because this is, well, the devils and demons, and we're dropped right in the middle of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exciting, but once again, I mean, it would be nice to test out if I could lie my way around a couple of devils, to outwit a devil. But then
There's
again,
something to be said for that.
yeah, but then again, like when I'm running from demons and then trying to, so I'm a bit nervous pacing around the ship. And
How about a perception check?
that's a 17.
All right, not bad. Yeah, as you look out, you begin to see in the distance, smoke. And as you observe this path heading southward, the ground looks ashen gray, both east and west. And as you look sort of down the middle, the earth starts to like taper downward, almost into a chasm where devils and demons are constantly warring. And as you look farther out, you can see that there are huge hulking creatures with clubs made of stone that they're swinging the size of buildings. And each side seems to have ridiculously empowered creatures, manifestations to choose from. But you are high enough up that it doesn't seem like any of those things are immediate threats. They seem to be very occupied with one another. But it is evident that there are flying beasts here. They are probably dangerous. And wherever you guys end up touching down, you're gonna need to be on your A game. Speaking of which, this ride's gonna take more than an hour, which means that if you do need it for any reason, you will be granted a short rest.
Control your D, Wayne.
I might take a short rest, use up a hit die.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna heal up from this.
Okay. Doesn't I mean it sounds like a smart move to me.
And I get to recover all of my superiority die. That's good.
That's also hot.
I can punch things across the room now.
Also hot. A quick reminder: 2 hits, just 2, no third hit now. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. What's everybody's passive perception? I doubt it's gonna be
Minus
sufficient.
19.
19.
17.
Okay, great.
It's,
I don't know how it's that
17.
good, actually.
17.
Okay.
I have no idea why it's that good, but it is.
It's neat. It's neat. Sweet. Why? You know,
Yeah.
my dad had an old saying: just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you.
Paranoid, you're smart.
I mean, if you're paranoid, you might be paying attention, or you might be crazy. And
Yeah.
the problem is that, oh yeah, you like that, Jordan? You're welcome. You'll carry that anxiety with you forever. But honestly, most of us aren't important enough to be worried about. So just live your life in peace and keep your head down and do your own thing. Wayne, you feel a weight on your left shoulder. Someone like leaning on it, and you feel a disturbance in the air current around you, and you.
Is it a giant spider?
It's not. It's not a giant spider. Strangely enough, it's not.
Is it a drop bear?
Nope.
Okay. That was a trick question because I'm still alive.
Yeah.
So eyes left, head left.
Yeah. You hear a voice inside your head. And it sounds like someone dragging like a claw hammer against stone at first. And as you sort of like yawn into it, you begin to understand, and you hear, "What are you looking at?" And as you look over and upward to some degree, you see a unclothed individual. His muscly chest is sort of a light yellowy ochre color, and as you try not to look down, you realize that he is without genitalia and pants, and from that sort of ochre yellow abdomen, it begins to gradiate into an orangey copper color. And just enough off from Drummer's aesthetic that it's a little clashy. And his giant wings, one of them wraps around you, and he sort of rests one of the ends of his wing on your other shoulder, almost fully like umbrella-ing you. And in his left hand, he's holding a pitchfork, which looks like it is like it just came out of the fires of hell. And he has 2 big curling horns, which elevate his stature from already quite significant to absolutely terrifying. And he looks down and he smiles, revealing a really gnarly set of blackened teeth. They look like they were chiseled out of the stone from the ground below. And his breath is hot, as if the fires of hell that where his pitchfork came from resonate within his soul.
Is that a hint of sulfur I can pick up?
Can I punch it?
Roll me a performance check, please. Not until we get into initiative or we resolve what's going on here. Technically, you don't see him, Brandon.
That's a 21. That's a 21.
He begins to chuckle. See, most devils don't have quite this level of humor and wit. He
My
says,
my passive perception is 19. So
Did I stutter? No, I didn't. I literally said what I said. Weird.
Okay.
I'm gonna think very loudly. Are you in my head?
He reaches up with still enough that he can still sort of rest his elbow on your shoulder, and he taps on his nose and winks at you.
Ha!
But we hear Wayne saying this to basically no one, right?
Definitely.
The
was out loud.
Yes,
was out loud. The rest was in here.
Okay.
So-
I'm getting a bit nervous, and I'm taking the time to light my lantern of revealing. I'm just going to.
I think before you even get a chance to, you're not far away.
Mhm.
But the sort of grabs your attention, and as you're like, I wonder what the, and you look up and you see a 9-foot tall devil. He's standing about 10 feet away from you. You have no idea how he got there without you seeing him. In case anyone really needed to know, he rolled a nat 20 on his stealth check. And has a bonus on top of that. So none of you were able to notice his entry onto the scene until now. And as you look over, you can see that there does seem to be some sort of repartee going on here. It's looking down, smiling at Wayne, and Dwayne's giving him the right back.
The patented please do not kill me this instant smile. Yeah.
I'm leaning over to Brendan. I'm going to. The wizard's got it, right? The wizard's got it, huh?
He usually has things like this. He's good at talking to people. Just watch.
Yeah.
Like he literally made Sionel like question herself.
Mm-hmm.
So like no one can do that.
I couldn't.
Yeah. I agreed with her and she hates me for it.
Switching to speaking out loud, then we go to. So, O dark and grimsome Lord of Hell.
Oh no!
To what do we?
That's
to what
my
do we owe the
father.
honor? To what do we owe the honor of you dropping in after a bit of a bicky?
He looks down, and then he looks over at Drummer, and he raises his pitchfork with some measure of acknowledgement, and he says, "Oh, just out for a little stroll, but it seems you were the ones dropping in now, aren't you?" And he elbows you. And as he does, you realize there is a very sharp barb on the end of his elbow. You're going to take 3 points of piercing damage. Just right under the rib. And as you wince, he chuckles with delight.
So that's a no for the bickies then.
Well, what? You who's visiting and not I.
Oh, just passing through. Just passing through. Didn't know there was any jurisdictions. Bit chaotic down there.
You've said it.
You've got maybe some paperwork that we would clear things through.
All of you hear that laugh. Rivius, you hear it. Brandon, you absolutely hear it. And you feel the ship lurch to a stop as Bios hears it and goes, "Oh no, a devil!" This devil turns around and sort of looks scowling at Bios.
Maybe we can recruit them.
Yeah, Bios, I'm just going to get some tea and bickies from the galley for our guest. Anyone else want a cuppa?
Yeah, sure. I'll help you out with that. Yeah, sure. Let's just go get some tea for the devil.
Some sympathy for the devil.
Show him some hospitality. He's our guest now.
Well, I'm simping. He's getting the tea, but yeah, get a long spoon, would you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Wayne, just go ahead and take inspiration. Just go ahead and do it, Wayne. Thank you.
I'll have
sure.
a spoon, but I have a crowbar.
Yeah, you don't know which one you're gonna get quite yet, bud. Rivius, what do you do as you sort of like bob back up on your wakeboarding tether?
Do I hear them talk about getting this guy some tea?
It's a little harder to hear at first. As you bob back up, you just see this devil turn around. He's got one arm leaned against Wayne's left shoulder, and his wing is wrapped around his right. You're like, wait, what the hell is going on here? No pun intended. And then yeah, you're like, did I just hear them say tea?
I think I'll just perch on the edge of the ship. The guy is massive.
Yeah,
I'm good over here.
Yeah, he's 9 feet tall. His horns add another 2.5 to 3 feet to his height.
Do I give him the tea?
Would you like to?
Yeah, I'll give him the tea.
Okay.
I'll try to be the neutralizer.
Okay. Roll me a performance check.
Performance, oh great.
Yeah.
Okay. 14. This is flat 14. I don't have any modifiers.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's better. It's better than average. A cup of tea. As you set it in as you set it down in front of him in the mess hall, he looks down and sniffs it, and he says, "Impressive," and hooks a barbed finger on this huge elongated claw into the cup, extends his pinky, and
thank you. I made it myself. Holy water.
He burps. The spicy.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
And he says, "So what brings, mortals to the verge here?"
Oh, we're just looking around, looking at the scenery. No, we're enjoying the sights. We were actually on our way.
Deception check. One of my favorite things is when Rios gets the train full steam and forgets that his characters lack charisma.
I got a natural 20 on it.
No shit.
No shit. I did it online too.
What is your total though? I want to be very clear.
It's just a 20, but I don't have any blinding modifiers to charisma.
Okay.
Still, it's a natural 20.
You see him turn, lean his head, and squint at you. And he goes, I know a few places that you might enjoy while you're here.
What kind of places? Does it involve a lot of fire? I warn you, I'm not resistant to fire like you are,
No,
probably.
I can absolutely see that you would be cooked through very quickly, but
Yeah, I have plate
there's
armor on. I really get like boiled alive,
no, yes, no, there is a hot sulfur spring
Oh,
to
that
the
would be great.
south. Do not, under any circumstances, use the first 6 pools. You will become a morsel broth,
Okay.
even.
So anything
But
past the 7th,
the
maybe the
7th and
you know,
down should
7th and
have
down.
cooled
Okay.
sufficiently that you
Um,
won't die
look
instantly.
like a toasty 80 degrees, toasty like maybe like 110, like
Yeah,
around there.
115 at the top.
115, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, at
Yeah, that's
7.
perfect.
And then about 5 degrees or so for each
Is that Celsius? Is that
subsequent
Celsius? Is that Fahrenheit?
pool. That is
That's
Fahrenheit.
that's
Yes,
perfect.
I know that you mortals use weird measurements
Yeah, it's
of
really weird. It's
temperature.
like have you heard about Kelvin? Like that's weird. Like,
I know him.
yeah, oh, you know him?
I know him.
Yeah. Well, what's he all about?
Well,
He's
I
like,
mean, his whole thing is about thermodynamics.
oh wow,
And hell is the absolute pinnacle for the study of thermodynamics. You see,
damn.
it goes from the temperatures at the core of a sun to the chilling sensation at the core of a black hole.
Yeah, like
Taking
not,
notes. Taking
like
notes.
115 Kelvin is like that's like ice, like not
It's
beyond ice
nothing.
cold. Yeah.
Nothing,
Nothing. And
absolutely.
then you go to like 2000, it's still like almost nothing. You gotta get to like 8,000
You've
before I start
really got
feeling
to
like
crank
super
it
hot.
all the
Like for you,
way
it's probably gotta be
up.
like 10,000 before I start feeling it. You know?
Yeah, he looks around the room at this conversation, and are your friends not conversationalists?
I mean, they seem to be. I'm enjoying our conversation. I think.
Yes, it
Yes,
is
yeah.
the most banter I have had the pleasure
Any,
of
uh,
enjoying in, well,
I know.
some many centuries or so.
I mean, if you want, hey, I do have an offer for you though. So
Oh,
you see, I enjoy our
interesting.
conversation so much. So you see, it's like you seem like this really powerful devil. Like you,
But
like really,
yes,
you can kick some ass. Like
well,
I can
yes,
see it.
I certainly
Like
have.
10 feet tall, those horns look like you could
What?
impale
9
giants.
9 1/4
Nine
feet.
and a
The
quarter,
the
yeah.
horns, just
See, so it's like,
really.
so one thing, so we're a little low on like powerful members in the mercenary guild currently. I don't know.
You're hiring.
I don't know how willing you are. Yeah, I
Oh,
know you must have so much to do, but it's like like if like just you and me, like imagine us. I know you're so much more powerful. I would never dare to compare us, but it's just I just think
I
you.
can all I can see now is in the future this flash forward of Brandon and this devil whose name you have not yet asked are traipsing hand in hand through a field of daisies. Yeah, it's a real beautiful scene.
So
Uh,
I just want to ask, and I was like, oh, but would you like to? I don't have to
have you
ask your
got a
name yet.
business card?
Oh yeah, yeah. Here, like I just write it on like a piece of paper and like on like a napkin. So here, don't burn this, but this is my contact information. You can send a pigeon.
Excellent.
You can send a pigeon to me or something. I don't know how devils communicate,
I
but
can send an imp.
yeah, send an imp to me, and then what's your name by the way? I didn't catch it yet.
I am Zabir Tazataf.
Zabir Tacit. That's such a devilish name.
I know.
So if you expressed any interest in joining us, you want to help us on one of our many quests to, I know saving the world might be like against your I don't know, it might be stereotypical, but it's like you know if you ever try,
It is
you
a
ever
bit cliche,
yeah,
yes.
this is a bit cliche. I want to try to do something different. Now give me your ring. Now I'll talk to the cat guy. He's our boss. I kind of forget his name again.
Chester.
Yeah, you know him. Perfect. So you're acquainted with each other.
He looks over. Yes. Yes. I am familiar. Listen, this tea has been spectacular. But I really must be going.
All right, just
I left my
don't forget the
grandmother
call.
in the oven. And he gets up from his seat, which as he gets up, you realize has been slowly cooking. And once he rises from it, the vapors from the wood combust. He and blows it out. He says, "Yes, a real pleasure. What were your names?"
Oh yeah. So my name is Brandon Rivers.
Brandon, pleasure to meet you. He offers a
Pleasure to
very
meet you.
large claw to
Yeah.
shake
So I'm
your
just
hand.
make sure I have the gloves on. I'm gonna shake his hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
He gives you the. Oh, I like your knuckle dusters,
Oh,
Jack.
thank you.
Wait, you said your name was Brandon.
Oh no, that's a different thing. So I know that it says Jack, but
He
it
starts to
stands for
squeeze
jackass.
your hand.
Oh, it stands for jackass. Like look at the other one. You see? It's my thing.
I thought
You
you
see?
were.
Oh, sorry.
He leans
I
in
didn't.
like real close. I thought you were trying to lie to me.
I would never lie to you. Help me.
Hmm.
I would never lie to you. So it's
Hmm.
like, just remember, if you ever want to chat again, you know, even just to say
I'll
hi,
give
you know,
you
yeah, give me an imp.
a ring.
Yeah, give me a ring.
Yes. He looks over at Wayne. Wayne. It was
G'day.
it was very nice being inside of your head, even if
Yeah.
briefly. I do recommend the hot springs.
7th, not the first 6.
Yeah,
Got it
Correct.
down.
You will roast almost immediately.
And thanks for the notes on thermodynamics. I've done my best.
Anytime, feel free to give me a ring.
Oh, by the way, before you go, how do I do that?
Where we send our little people to
Yeah,
talk
how
to
about
these
this?
little
Can
people.
you just give me a
Imps
rune? Yeah,
too.
can you just like engrave a rune into the back of my hand? That way I can just call you whenever.
Roll me a Constitution saving.
Okay. I got a 9.
As he starts to put the first mark on your skin, he doesn't even really get a chance to do it. As he goes to like pick up your hand and start to inscribe it, you are almost immediately thrown backwards with visions of hell. You are chained up. Your arms splayed, your legs splayed out. You are being assailed by a number of different beasts and invisible assailants. You feel whips lashing into your body. You are screaming. When we see you, it is inaudible. You are screaming so loud you can't even hear yourself. As you snap out of it, he says, "Maybe I'll just give you
You'll just
a
give me a
ring.
ring. Yeah, you'll just
I'll
give
give
me a
you
ring.
a
Oh
ring."
God, don't ever do that
Okay.
again.
It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna take 14 points of psychic damage.
Okay. That's fair. I did befriend the demon.
Moderately.
The beer type. Yeah, that
Flame.
sounds like a devil.
It's just saying devil,
He's
not
a
demon.
devil. He's a devil.
Yes,
That's
a devil.
correct.
Yeah.
Don't offer a demon tea. No.
Okay.
No.
All right,
You probably
perfect.
won't get a chance. They do not have any sense of hospitality or neighborliness.
Okay, perfect. Well,
Capacity for
it was
abstract
great.
thought.
It was great meeting you, Zahir. It was great.
Zabir.
Zabir, I'm sorry. I
I'm
mixed up
gonna correct you.
now. Yeah.
Zahir is a different.
Yeah.
Zahir is a god of the of poisoners and snakes. He's
Zabir.
yeah,
Yeah,
Zabir. I know it's
yeah.
confused. No, I understand. I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a ring.
Okay, I'll look forward to it.
And then
Zabir.
he says, "A real pleasure getting to visit with you. Goodbye."
Bye.
And
Bye, Zabir.
yeah, he turns and salutes, and he just sort of falls backwards off the end of the ship on the lower deck, and then you see his wings come flying back up. And as he does,
Immediately.
he's already skewered a demon
Oh.
and is beginning to feast on this like normal sized winged demon. He's just like chewing off the leather of his wings and just going to full school.
Immediately, I'm going to turn to you. It's like, why would you let me talk to him for that long?
You were doing great.
You have no idea how much bullshit I needed to spew out at him.
No.
Why did you give him your real name?
Because I didn't want to lie to him. Again.
But you were doing so good.
I know, but it's like, listen.
Still, not dead.
Okay.
You're not dead.
I know I'm not dead.
You're not
He
dead.
only,
We're not
like,
dead.
I
She's not
only
dead.
saw
He's
visions
not
of
dead.
burning alive in hell for about 13 years in hell time. But now, like, okay, listen.
So you probably want a cup of tea then. Get in, yeah.
As you guys sit down for
I have the beer on speed dial.
well, he's got your number.
Yeah, he's got my number.
Yeah, we're gonna want to have that looked at.
As the
Biles,
two of
what
you
do I do?
sit down, yeah, for tea.
Biles, why would you just listen to me?
Bios wasn't there. Bios is upstairs, and we're gonna resolve that
okay.
now. Rivius.
Yeah.
As you swoop back into or onto the ship, watching this devil descend into the belly of the vessel, Bios looks over at you and says, did you just see what I saw?"
You mean the practically 9-foot beast that was offered tea?
Okay, good. I don't think of myself as crazy necessarily, but a devil did just land on the ship.
Yes.
And manage to ingratiate themselves with the party.
Yeah, but all we lost was a chair, so I consider this a win.
That's good to know. I guess because
yeah, okay.
Just did 20 minutes of you, remember? Okay. Rivius, do you know anything about devils?
No.
Is that true as a character?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I mean, if you're trained in Arcana or History, you might have a...
He's not trained in either.
Okay. Yeah, they're, I mean, they are inherently evil creatures. They got there. They were mortal once. They were people. People who were so evil that they were rewarded for their evil with nigh on immortality. If you kill a devil, they'll just turn into ash and respawn in the 9 hells.
and then they'll have a vengeance. So I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, it's like a real problem. It's why the war, and she sort of like gestures downward, is such a problem because they'll fight forever. I mean, good that they do because, I mean, otherwise they would fight us and kill everyone on the planet, and then we'd be overrun with demons and devils. So let's make sure that they never feel like they should have a truce.
About that.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What did
Okay,
you do?
So I might have befriended a devil called Zabir Tajitev,
Oh god.
and he said that he would call me. And I kind of offered him like a spot in the Mercenary Guild, so he might kind of, if you might get a request
By Morgan's
eventually.
hammer, I am going to
And
destroy you.
also, what happens when a devil knows your name?
I mean, not necessarily anything in particular.
He knows my name.
I mean, they can probably just find you wherever you are.
Oh.
And scry on you.
Oh. But what if he likes me?
Is Brandon on a short list to become a devil himself?
Oh, I don't know. Brandon, have you ever done anything evil?
Oh, you actually have to do evil
no.
things.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, honestly.
You don't think so? Roll me a deception check.
Wait, have I done anything evil?
Roll me a deception check.
A deception check?
We've all done something evil, homie.
I don't know what
You killed people. You were a soldier. There's no way you didn't do some evil
you're right.
shit.
But it's all a matter of perspective. I got a 6. All right, so oh yeah, I remember I killed 6 people and I buried them.
What if you did evil things but then blamed it on your political opponent? So everybody thinks that he did.
That's double evil. You just doubled your evil.
Am I gonna turn into a devil now?
Well, that's just unfair.
I mean that's how evil works. It's unfair. Yeah, BOGO evil. That's right, Rivius.
I gotta choose my alignment.
It's like shopping at like TJ Maxx for evil.
For evil. All right, so
repentance is still an option, and I don't think you promised him anything except
I didn't.
Except
I will talk to him again.
You promised you'd talk to him again. So
Yeah.
One thing I know about devils is this one seems like he's easily amused.
That's good.
So that's a plus.
I did talk to
being
him.
amusing. Keep being amusing. Should be good.
All right, I gotta keep showering him with compliments. And okay, all right, I think I can make it work. But just any word of advice though, because he's going. What if he just like shows up in the Mercenary Guild? And he just kind of like,
hey, listen.
That'll happen.
The best you can hope for is that he just goes to you and forgets about you.
He's fighting a war. He's fighting a war. He's busy.
Yeah, but they have a real hierarchy, right? And I think if he's like 9 feet tall, he knows Chester and all that stuff. He must be like way up in the hierarchy. So
yeah, that's true.
He denied being a lord of hell. So
by the way,
he's taking orders. He's taken orders. Although he's a devil, he could have been lying about that.
That is true.
Give me an insight check, Lee. This is more important than you might think.
Ooh. 16. Nothing special.
No. That's pretty good. You don't think that he lied.
Yeah. So
it was so quick off the cuff that I mean, now devils lie as easily as they breathe, which they don't technically have to do. But you think maybe this guy's not. He's refined. But he's not. He doesn't have that sort of like real maniacal edge that comes with being like a lord of hell. There's an unrelenting sort of evil that it's pervasive. And in this case, this guy's he's a devil. He's up there. The fact that he knows Chester does stand out pretty significantly because it's been 18 months here since the cataclysm.
But if he's not boasting about his rank, that means he probably doesn't have much of a rank, which means he probably wants a better rank and station. And that could be your crowbar to stopping him killing you brutally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But how do I help him with that?
Yeah, what I still
Leave the
don't
scheming to him.
Drummer?
what I still don't get is, I mean, he was basically in the middle of a fight. He sees our ship, he pops in for a cuppa, and then he goes back fighting. I mean, what was his motivation coming into the ship?
I'm going to go with
That's
curiosity and a desire to bully.
well. Did he speak to you, Wayne, before we could see him? Because you seem to be in a
Just a little.
conversation with him.
Just a little. He was in
Well,
my head.
And here's the-
Mostly. Okay, so no obvious external genitalia, but I'm pretty sure he was just having a bit of a dick swing contest.
Yeah. As I was talking to him, I didn't really feel all too threatened. I mean, I was trying to butter him up the entire time. I'm sure you guys heard that
You
buzz.
didn't.
So that way.
Jesus, you're dumb enough. I felt threatened. I definitely felt threatened. And being threatened when you're standing that close to a devil is good safety advice.
Yeah. So
Be
he's
threatened.
yeah,
he's
but
sad.
I didn't want him to smell my threatenedness. So it's like I needed.
Oh.
So maybe
There's a cream for that.
that's why he talked to me for that long. Maybe he liked the change of pace. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say maybe, although he is a devil, he might not be all that bad.
That is a fairly
Trying to be optimistic.
change of pace is the key word there. That was
Listen,
my
you're not-
that was
listen,
my
you're
first
not-
thought. He's been fighting a battle for eternity. He will be fighting a battle for eternity. When was the last time someone offered him tea and bickies?
Exactly.
And eternity.
And
Novelty. Keep them amused and off balance. Don't do
Maybe all
a
you need to do
cuppa
is a
next
friend.
time.
So
Maybe
so
next
you mean-
time, give him a chocky biscuit. Maybe next time it'll be a fruit bowl. Maybe
So
a
you
nice cup of
mean
grandmummy's soup.
the
Keep him off
the fight
balance.
the fight between the devils and the demons has been going on for eternity, and they just changed the battlefield and came here 18 months ago.
I'll clarify that.
Battlefield came here.
Yeah. Devils and demons are somewhat diametrically opposed. Devils are lawful evil. There is a rigid hierarchy. There's power. There's control. There's there are, for better or worse, some rules around being a devil. Demons are chaotic evil. And the difference there cannot be overstated. It is huge. They are mindless, violent creatures. They'll kill each other. They'll kill you. They'll kill devils. Now, the planes of the nine hells, where the devils live, that would be the Inferno, and they speak infernal, and the Abyss, the demons, that speak abyssal, in case anybody out there was concerned about who speaks abyssal and who speaks infernal.
I speak infernal. Why do I speak infernal?
Because you learned it.
I'm
Probably-
a devil cat. I'm a devil cat.
Yeah, yeah, we see your eyes flash red. As you regard this, you realize that those planes exist separately. The borders of which are a veil between life and death and chaos, the astral plane, the ethereal plane, all of these different sort of bubbles of planar existence. This cataclysm, which happened about 18 months ago, where all the different various planes of existence began to pop up, overlapping the world of Tierra, well, Tiamat arose, and I would love actually at this point some history checks from Rapper. Because there's going to be some fundamental information that I know you guys know, but I don't know what you don't know.
Natural 20.
That's an 11.
11.
For me.
I've been living on an island. 6.
Okay. I think, Wayne, we've determined that you actually are aware of at least this legend concept that
The big picture.
Yeah, the joining the Mercenary Guild sort of gave a tangible sense to what sounded almost like ridiculous legend. But Rivius, whoo, buddy, you know that Tiamat came out of that pyramid back there several hundred miles, and brought the nine hells with her. The at the same time, the other pyramid opened up to the pit of the abyss, and henceforth this battle has ensued. You will also know, Rivius, that each of the other planes on this planet sort of happened around the same time. The effect of which has been varied depending on what continent you refer to. I would also like for you to take a note for Rivius that you will have advantage on history checks moving forward about events surrounding the cataclysm.
Okay, so I check with Rivius, just to sum it up. There has been an enmity going on for eternity between the two, but now that they're thrown onto the same continent, they're actually physically fighting.
Now one of them knows my name.
Yeah.
Basically, sums
Right.
it up. A little bit of an oversimplification, but yes.
Just 1 out of infinity. You're right. You're fine. Hardly worth bothering at all. I wouldn't.
Is Bios still around?
Yeah.
So actually, why did you fly us here?
That's a good question.
Hey, what do you you guys not pay attention to what we're doing? We've got 16 different places we're supposed to pick up dragon eggs from.
You mean we have to go back? I
Yeah.
just told them that we were leaving.
No, we're headed southward. We're not done here.
All right. So what's our target this time?
We can go to the pools.
It's kind of hot here.
We can go to the sulfur pools.
Bios looks at you squinting. How do you know about the sulfur pools?
Oh, during our conversations, Zabir
Oh,
told me.
God. No. Oh, do they know we're coming?
He does.
Can I get a strength check, Brandon?
I'm
Yeah,
good at these.
But he thinks
I
we're
know
here for
you
the
are.
pools. He thinks we're here for the pools, basically.
Are we here for the pools?
I got a 12.
As all of you look on, you see Bios spring from her chair with an alarming speed. She lunges towards Brandon and in the air grabs him by his tunic, flips herself, and then throws him down on his back onto the top deck of the ship. And she gets down and says, "Are you telling me that the devils know that we're supposed to come down? We're going to be coming to the pool?" She's just like banging your head against the stone.
It's Zabir. Only Zabir.
I'm just going to put my hand on an appropriate looking part of Bias's anatomy and say, little bronze lady, chill out. We did it.
She continues
Brandon,
to shake, and her head turns around about 180 degrees to look
we
at you.
didn't know we're coming here.
That is
Can
true.
I?
Are we?
Can I?
That is true.
Our guests suggested we check out the sulfur pools.
Yes.
Are the sulfur pools, in fact, where we are going?
She lets go of Brandon and stands on his chest.
Because that's a pretty wacky coincidence.
And she looks at Wayne and she says, if Zabir, that's his name? Zabir.
Yes. Zavir Tazitap.
Maybe let's not say that name out loud. Our handsome visitor told us we might want to go there. He put the idea in our heads. He didn't talk to you. I'm not sure he can get inside your head. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be racist, but you're the first bronze person I've ever met. I don't know if you can get
Yeah, I'm
inside
sure
your
lots
head.
of your friends are bronze too. I get it.
No, never met a bronze person. Been meaning to ask, but now is not the time. What is the target in your head, and could he have messed with that? He definitely put the idea in my head and Brandon's.
Bios looks over and she steps off of Brandon and she looks concerned for a second. And she says, well, I think we were supposed to go to the hot springs.
Right. So he already knew. She
looks
handsome
up.
guest. Our handsome guest either already knew or wants us to go there. Sounds trapsy.
She turns around. She turns around, grabs the cane that steers this ship, and she twists it hard. And the ship begins to rise at a just a alarming rate of speed. You pass through different layers of clouds. And now that you are well above those clouds, it is freezing cold. In fact, it's so cold that you can see frost begin to form on the edges of Bios. And from this height, you can see now the sun setting beyond the curve of the horizon. It is not a straight line from this altitude. It is a steep curve. And she says, okay, now we're going to figure this out right now. Do the four of you want to press on and see what's at these springs, whether it's a trap or not?
I mean, surely Zabir wouldn't. I might be his favorite human now. Surely he won't. Surely he wouldn't lead me into a trap.
She turns around and looks at you, and then casts Mage Hand and slaps you across the face.
I can't dodge it.
No.
No. Okay.
It's a magical hand.
Bias, is there any other way to drop us off there than just actually physically hovering over the place and have us drop off there? So if we just change the way we get there, maybe that'll throw them off. Do you have any way for the ship being in one place and then us like teleporting or what have you to that to the springs?
If Bios's lips could curl maniacally, they would. Instead, you just see sort of a squinting of the illumination behind her eyes. And she turns and walks to the edge through the parapet stones and looks down. And from here, you can see a considerable portion of this continent. You are way up there, guys.
I like the sound of this.
And she says, you could make quite the entrance if you felt inclined. And she turns around and she is smiling now at the four of you.
The big trick will be getting the ship there so we can load eggs on. That's the thing. Sooner or later, the ship, in all its attention-grabbing glory, has got to get close enough to get the dragon eggs on. So
maybe, or if you do a good job, we can let Mother Nature do the business for us.
How do we do that?
go on.
You mean we throw the eggs into the sulfur pits and they hatch immediately because it's so hot?
Oh, I wish. Well, I mean, if you had a red dragon egg and she looks, her eyes shift. But you'd still have just babies, and that it's not instantaneous. It takes a lot of time. The gestation period for dragons can be anywhere from months to eons. But if you manage to get the eggs down into the runoff, those springs could carry the eggs out to, I don't know, a sea, a lake, some other. I'm just spitballing here, guys. You could help too, maybe.
Okay, what if, crazy idea, we can have maybe, I know you don't like the idea, and I know you're not going to like it, but it's like, I made friends recently, and perhaps those friends can help.
You want
get the
to
eggs back to the ship.
Ask help from a devil.
I'll owe him a favor. And then that is, I'm sure devils.
She cocks her arm, and you see the mage hand begin to
listen. Just listen. Like, listen. You don't need me. I'm expendable. All right?
I mean, that's not a point of contention.
What else were you gonna do? Throw it in the sea, and then like potentially risk losing the eggs?
Well, I mean, we'd be there to receive them. I mean, come on now. We're not simple people,
yeah, but
are we?
We might get attacked by other devils or other demons. They just like...
We don't know. We don't know it's a trap. It might just be the case of he thinks it would be hilarious that whatever danger's there would tear us a new arsehole. I mean, we kind of knew that anyway. That's not news.
Yeah. Let's just...
For all we know, his angle is he wants to sell ringside seats to his mate.
Exactly.
I would.
So let's just try it. And I know it's risky, but hey, we're trying to save the world.
Head on in, and yeah, if there's giant squids, Bias can haul our asses out of the fire again.
You see?
Okay. All right.
But what was that spectacular entrance you're talking about, and will we survive it most of the time?
Well, as long as you don't do a real bad job, you'll be fine. And she reaches to her chest and she opens it up and she pulls out 4 feathers that look like they're from a finch. They're pretty small, maybe about 3.5 inches long at the most. She says, okay, each of you take one of the, and she hands one to Brandon, she hands one to Drummer, then she hands one to Wayne, and then she looks over at Rivius and goes, oh yeah, and tucks that back into her chest. I mean, do you want it? You know what? You could take just for somebody else.
Okay, yeah, I'll hold on to it just in case.
Okay. Each of you are going to have a single charge of Featherfall. If you do not use it for some reason, it will be available to you, and as Featherfall works, it'll be a reaction to slow a descent to, I believe it is 10 feet per second, or 60 feet per round.
All right.
It's not great. Honestly, if I fell 10 feet in a second, it would still hurt.
I've done it.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I'm fine with that, because as long as I have enough time to turn around, spread my limbs out, adjust my tail, relax the muscles, I'm fine. You see, it's the short falls that kill, you know?
Yeah,
But
but
if it's the
Right when
high
you're not
force,
paying attention, when you get caught off guard.
yeah, the thing is here is Brandon does not like he just doesn't go to the edge. It's like I don't really want to. Like,
It's
do we
okay.
have
And then
to?
she pushes you over the edge.
Yes.
Ah!
Yeah, as you scream, you
I
begin to
passed out
descend.
mid-flight.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 12.
She says, "Bon voyage, get your buddy." And looks to the other three of you. You take a deep breath and begin to scream, and as you do, you realize that you are way up in the atmosphere, and your body just like rushing with excitement. Your vision begins to blur. And as it does, you are sitting around a poker table with four devils, one of which is your good friend Zabir. And we see sort of a wordless conversation between the four of you as each of you ante for this card game. You're in a moderately sized room with what looks like a bar stand on one side. There's no one behind the bar serving, but all the cocktails and mixers and all of that are up on the bar. On the other side, there's a game of darts going on. And there's a woman. She's strapped to a wheel, and it looks like they've been at this for a while. I'm not going to go into the gruesome detail of what this looks like, but it is some straight up Hellraiser shit. And they're playing darts and they're trying to hit her. And as she spins round and round. And then you see one of the devils get up as you play a full house. You've got three jacks that look very similar to Zabir, and two threes. And as you do, they grab their cocktail and throw it in your face, and you are back in the icy cold, pass through clouds, and as you pass through those clouds, you can see the continent below. What are the three of you guys doing as your buddy's falling from the heavens?
does it look like Brandon is having problems? I mean, is he like
He's
turning
like this.
around?
He's just like
Oh,
this.
okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
wanna-
unconscious. I'm
Are
so
you-
I'm so terrified that I passed out, but I don't like heights, and I was thrown out at
Oh,
like
okay.
the stratosphere.
Can I do an insight check if I realize that how uncomfortable he was when he was kicked out?
Yeah, he made a squawking noise like "wait," and was
Yeah.
then he was just gone.
That's a 21 for insight. So
Yeah, as
I'm
you're like,
I'm skydiving after him and trying to stabilize him because it's like it's just a fall. It's natural for me.
Well, did the
Sure.
Zabir wake me up?
No, one of the other devils threw a
Ah.
glass in your face.
Okay.
Threw a glass like it was a gin and tonic. It's good to stay refreshed when you're in hell. Is all I'm saying. Yeah, you can still taste the gin on your lip. Oh shit, Wayne! I already gave you inspiration, but shit, that would have earned it for you. Woo! It's beautiful. As you begin to descend, drummer, can I get an acrobatics or athletics check from you, please?
That's a 22 for acrobatics.
Get him. With relative ease, you manipulate yourself downward through the clouds, as you hit that last or exit that last bank of clouds and look down. You can see this just sprawling scene. And to the southwest a little bit, you can see what looks like a volcano, as if it had formed underwater. It has these beautiful calcifications that are cascading as expected from pool after pool after pool, all the way down into the earth. And as you regard that, you're like, okay, now let's check on old boy, and can get to him with relative ease, and see that he sort of like comes back moments before you get to
Okay.
him. Wayne and Rivius. So,
Yep, just staying with the other two since looks like bringing Jordan back from sleepy panic times is already taken care of. Yeah, just stick together. Try to not scream too loudly.
how about an acrobatics or performance check as you descend?
Or
Or
athletics,
athletics.
maybe?
Athletics is fine.
Athletics.
Sure.
Bit better at that. Hey. Now that's a 23.
How quickly would you like to descend? You want to just straight like pencil drop? Just...
If I've got control, I will stick with the group.
Okay.
This does not seem like a good idea to split up.
Okay.
They're in
Yeah.
midair.
With relative ease, you pursue Drummer as he descends, and shortly after, through different layers of clouds, and as you break through, you are maybe 100 feet behind each of them as Drummer manages to make his way to Brandon. Rivius.
Seeing that Drummer has secured our one teammate that was free falling, I want to dive past the group and
Okay.
wave at them as I go,
Nice.
and just let them know that I'm gonna scout ahead while they while they fall.
Sweet. Then let's do some scouting. Let's begin with a stealth check.
13.
Magnificent. How about a perception check?
Okay. Yikes! That's a nat one.
Well, I think the irony of this is pretty poignant. And that is that as you sort of shoot past the party and take wing and start to head towards this very obvious volcanically fed series of hot springs, buddy, it's a little unnerving. Because I'm not going to tell you see nothing. I'm going to tell you everything you see, and it's going to be unnerving. The first thing is that there are a number of dragon eggs that you can see at the bottom of the very top pool. And they are being kept company by a number of devils who seem to be luxuriating at these hot springs on every level.
Oh, that's lovely.
And
Actually.
flying around in the sky.
This was a terrible idea.
But wait, there's more. And then you hear a horn blast. And you see the attention of all of these devils shift towards that horn. And you see another flying devil who has alerted their compatriots that you are descending towards them at an alarming rate of speed.
I'll do instead of diving, I'll spread my wings to switch to more of a slow fall, so I'm not catapulting straight headfirst into a pile of
Currently,
devils.
you're about 2,500 feet over this spire, which itself is probably about 1,200 feet tall. It is a pretty steep volcanic structure, and then the pools sort of cascade off and around, and you see water running over the edge, creating little ribbons and beautiful stalactites, and pouring into subsequent pools, which seem to be cooler and cooler. Really, once you get down to the seventh one, it's not hot enough for the devils to really consider anything more than a tepid tub.
Okay. Can I angle like my goal totally wasn't those eggs, just towards the seventh pole, just like start veering, like, yeah, a dip does actually look great right about now.
You want to go in the top tub?
No, the seventh one. I don't.
Oh, there's
I'm
no
not
dragon
trying
eggs
to
in that
start.
one. They're all in the top
Yeah,
tub.
I know. I just
Okay.
averting plan to
You're
not.
going for
die.
a swim?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a performance check.
It's a 9.
As you continue to dive, you turn and angle yourself now towards that seventh tub. And as you do, you are intercepted by a flying devil. And they got a 19 on the die. I don't think a 27 is going to miss you, is it?
No.
No. Okay. You are snatched out of the air like a pop fly, and are grappled. Let's roll for initiative.
Oh. Okay.
Good.
13. How many devils are we fighting?
We'll find out.
That's 15.
Probably as many as it takes.
All right, good thing I know
8.
Infernal. I'm going to talk to them. When it's my turn.
8. Wayne. This many?
That many. 4. Not a good roll.
Okay. Things are about to get dicey. One can only hope. Ooh. Oh, boy howdy. Boy howdy. Cool. 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 Wow. So many guys, so many devils. I want to be very clear. So many devils. Sweet. Oh, boy howdy. Hey, oof. Hey, Rivius.
Uh-huh.
Hey, bud. Hey, how's a 16 versus your armor class?
It's the same.
Okay, great. Great. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. You're gonna take 7 piercing damage as this thing bites you. And then you're gonna take 4 cold damage as the wound in your shoulder begins to freeze from its bite. And then how's a 21 versus your armor class?
That hits.
Cool. So I didn't need to roll the 23 to hit. Cool. That's going to be 13 points of slashing damage as he takes one of his claws and rakes it across your chest from your abdomen up to your shoulder. And then, that's another 16 to hit. And then he's going to pull out a sword.
Was
And
it
he's-
necessary?
He's going to pull out a sword. And you're going to take 7 force damage. As he sort of just like pulls it, swings it, and then hits you with it like he's playing baseball, and knocks you back up into the air 30 feet. And now it's Drummer's turn. Drummer, as you are descending at a alarming rate of speed, you are able to witness this act of unbridled violence towards your compatriot. What do you do?
Well, I scream out. I say, "Stop! Stop! Stop! We have an invitation from the beer. We have an invitation from the beer to the pools, the lower pools." And as my action, I want to start performing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have my little hand drum. I want to start performing to use counter charm. So for the next round, everybody gets advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. So I don't know what the devil's up to, but actually I just want to let them know we're here for the lower pools and we're here on invitation from the beer.
So far, so good. Roll me a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the lowest that I can get. It's an 18.
That's usually a wisdom check, right? Like it's versus wisdom, like, right?
Persuasion is charisma-based ability, but I don't know.
I think it's usually wisdom. The reason that I ask, you generally, because intelligence is not, it doesn't seem, is that he got an 18 on the die. But you see, this devil in particular has +1 to his wisdom. And right now he turns to consider you, and still seems less than enthusiastic.
I mean, if I don't know if you allow me to retroactively use unsettling words
Kitten can.
as a bonus action.
I don't know if you want to do anything unsettling to these devils.
Basically not. I wanted to defuse the situation. So
I'll tell you this: the way that I tend to do things, it is not a hard pass-fail sort of situation. You are within 1 of this guy, and it's not a mechanical effect.
Mm-hmm.
It is persuasion. So I will say this: you have his attention. Mm-hmm. He's not convinced, and you know that. He is a devil, but you can see there's you name drop, right? That's not nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm falling next to Brendan, so I turn to him and say, like, tell him about the business card thing.
Oh yeah. Here. So I'll pull out like the scarred hand and the cards. Like here's his card, and this is like the rune he attempted to inscribe into me. We know each other.
Sweet. Rivius, what are you gonna do?
Scream.
Okay.
He's impatient.
That's not bad. Good play. Roll me a performance check, sure.
Good manners in hell. Good manners.
Yeah.
I also want to play dead. Maybe he'll let go if I'm bored.
Oh no. He sent you flying like he just threw up a ball.
Oh, okay, good. That was a dirty 20 on performance.
Magnificent. I'm also going to say that if you want to play dead and fall into the pool where you were intending to be, with a performance that good, it'd be hard to deny.
Yeah, I'll go into the pool. I would like as little attention as possible.
Fantastic. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
18.
Hey man, come on in. The water's fine. There's an immediate shock to your system as you hit the water. The aroma of sulfur rushing up your nostrils in this water is bracing, to say the least. And the heat that sinks past your feathers to your flesh, you can feel every quill grabbed as your skin tightens quickly. And as you float downward, you feel your muscles begin to relax, and your skin begin to as well. Wayne, I want to be very clear. This is going to be the last round of the three of you descending, lest you smash into the earth at an alarming rate of speed.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I guess all I can really do is catch up to Drummer and Brandon and just present a united front of saying, yep, if... Yeah, mate, don't come the raw prawn, mate. We're here on invitation.
Yeah, see, if I could summon him, I would.
Word.
Would Zabir come to me if I called for him? Would that be a religion check?
We'll check on your turn. Wayne, feel free to carry on.
No, I'm not sure I can contribute here, but I just want to briefly apologize and go with AFK for a minute because this little guy is meowing. So I guess
no one's mad about a cat meowing. No one's mad about that.
Yeah, I just want to make clear that it's not me making this sound.
Yeah, no. Thank you for the clarification, Drummer.
It is his dinner time, and he's not going to shut up. So I guess if this is our last round of freefall, I'll use the reaction to activate the feather and try and steer myself to land near Jordan and just make sure he's still alive. As far as I can tell, he's not. So I just want to get down there.
Okay. Yeah, he did do a very good job. Beautiful. Which will put you in line to do that. Yeah, we'll see you in a minute. Does anyone else need anything before we get to our sort of final scene? Okay, very good. It's the devil's turn. And as he flaps his wings, he looks upward. The seventh pool here is hundreds of feet below the top. And the cascade of these pools leaves this beautiful steaming cloud rising into the air. This devil flaps his wings and turns and looks at your party and says,
Infernal.
It is, and I do believe that both of you understand him. And as he says that, essentially what he says is, how do you know Zabir? And aren't you going to die in just a second when you hit the ground? And then all of you go rushing past him. And Drummer, you're up first.
As you
go
I use the feather.
Okay. As you do, your descent begins to slow. Can I get an acrobatics check from you? Do you want to go to the 7th pool?
It's a 23 for the acrobatics. I
Right.
want to do the other devils. Have they also noticed me? Have their attention as well?
You have the attention. All of you have the attention of
Ah,
many
okay.
devils. Many of them have turned from their relaxed positions facing inward towards
Yeah.
one another and are now looking over the edge of these pools
I
towards you. Some
I
of
want
them
to
only 10, 15 feet
yeah.
above you.
I want to land right in the thick of them, but before that, I want to cast Skyride. And in Infernal, I want to ride across the sky. This is your big chance to win the war against the demons for good. Only valid today. So
As you do that, I mean, go ahead and roll me a performance check or persuasion check. Either's acceptable.
it's
But
a
I'm got
19.
19. Yeah, I was hoping to be able to deliver the good news that these devils rolled a 4 on the die. And you begin to hear uproarious chatter. Not just from the pool directly above the one that Rivius is in, but all the way up to the point that some of them begin to take wing, and others of them begin to clamber down. Those without wings, which is not an insignificant percentage of them, begin to clamber downward from their deliciously heated pools to see what ridiculous and tempting offer is being laid out. Do you offer any more information immediately, or are we going to go through the turn order?
Well, I mean, I'm still following it. I look to the others, and if they not, I will immediately present the offer. If they want to do, if they give me the sign that they want to do anything else.
All right, then let's do this. We'll just go through
Okay.
real quick here.
Mhm.
Brandon, do you want to do anything besides get in the pool?
Oh, first, well, I need to use the feather, and then I need to respond to the
Good.
devil.
Great. What do you say to the
Okay.
devil?
All right, so I said I can try to cause the beer so I can prove it to you, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Can you perhaps help me perform some kind of ritual to summon a devil?
Yeah. He flies down towards you. Where are you going to try and land as you activate the feather?
I will land not. I'll just land on the ground. Just on
The
the ground.
ground. The ground is 400 or 500 feet below. You were on a. There is a very steep mountain with cascading pools of sulfur water.
You know, I'm gonna go full force with this. I will land with the devils on the closer ground, and I will publicly ask them to
Are you going to like the 6th
prove to them.
pool?
Yeah,
Is that where you're going? Like
yeah,
up a level?
yeah. I'll up a level
Okay.
with other devils. That way, they can help me,
Okay.
and I can perform this ritual with help.
Okay.
And I can show them all the card and like half the rune that
Yeah.
I got.
It's really just a scratch mark.
It's
It's
just a scratch,
really
but it's a scratch from a
insane.
devil. So it's
Yeah,
like,
no, it's very notable. Yeah.
so it's like I even take off my glove,
Yeah.
and like so like they can see it.
Yeah.
And then then all right, then I'll try to perform the ritual if the devils will help me.
Let's start with an athletics check and see how
Okay.
you're getting how you're getting gets.
Okay. All right, I got a 27.
Magnificent. You want to put it? Do you want to put a little bow on this, or you just want to sort of float down to the edge of the pool?
Well, I don't know how glamorous I can make slowly floating down to the ground, but
It's actually not that slow. Everyone's like, it's feather fall, but whoever calculated 1 second per 10 feet is not slow. That's not slow.
Yeah, that's not very slow.
60
All right,
foot
so,
per round is not great.
All right, so I'll impress all the devils by just doing like 80 backflips before I touch the ground.
Yeah, I think most of these devils are waiting for you to careen into the side of the mountain, and there's like an audible. There's like half of them are like gasping, and the others are like, "Yeah, get it!" Oh,
Yeah.
And you just sort of stick the landing with
Yeah.
an almost,
grace.
that just sort of like that level of ease.
Devilish grace.
that comes from being so good that you make it look easy.
Perfect.
As you land there, what do you say to this devil?
So in Infernal, I'm not gonna okay. So what does the language sound like again?
Hakalugi.
Okay, so
Yeah. It's the way I describe it is like dragging a knife
Okay.
against a stone,
Got it. So it's just
or a
like
claw hammer. The back, like on. Yeah, it sounds
there
a
you go.
lot like that.
Perfect. All right, so I
With more
talk like
guttural.
that. I'll talk like that.
Okay.
And I showed them the rune. I showed them the card. I explained to
Okay.
them that I spent like an hour talking to Zabir, and
Okay.
we became well, maybe not friends, but
Lovers.
maybe. I'm not sure yet. It's
Roll me
undecided.
an insight check.
14.
You think this guy might be like jealous if you were his lover?
Oh, like you wouldn't do anything to Zabir's lover.
I mean, he might.
Well,
this guy's a devil.
all right, so let's hear from Zabir's mouth first. So, who wants to help me summon a devil?
They look around, real shocked. I mean, like shocked. If you dropped a live wire into this pool, they couldn't be more shocked. Rivius, how's the water?
It's great. A little
Yes.
bloody, but it's nice and warm.
Yep, it is that. It is that. Roll me an Arcana check, wouldn't you, please?
Okay. It's in that one.
You begin to aspirate water and begin to thrash, coughing, as you've unfortunately kept up your ruse too long, and begin to and a number of devils looking down into the pool are shocked by the fact that you survived that fall. They thought you were definitely dead.
Me too.
Usually this guy just kills people. So the fact that you made it out alive, you must be real badass. But it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I don't feel badass soaking wet with wounds, but
Sure.
I've I've outed myself. Who is on the ground? Is it a
so
the
let's
devil's
see
lover
here.
and myself so far?
You're in the 7th pool. There's a number of devils looking down over you. Wayne's in the pool with you, or on the edge of the pool, I believe. Drummer.
Let's say edge.
Drummer, you said you wanted to be up higher, another level up. So Drummer and Brandon are on the 6th pool, which is about 15 feet above, at an angle. The 7th pool where you are.
Okay. Then I want to. I'm not hitting one of these things. You got me fucked up. I would like to just hide beside Wayne.
Okay.
He
Just cower.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is fine. I mean, I'm sure the wizard can take like several hits. I'm positive.
Yeah. How is your health right now?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a solid 14.
That's fine. Man, you took 3 big hits. That devil gets advantage on all of their attacks in the first round. Yeah. So, he's a bad boy. He's only a CR6, which is impressive. But he's definitely designed for more than one person to fight at a time. Cool. Good job not dying so far. You're just gonna cower. Cowering's fine. Cowering's fun.
Yeah. Because I can hear talks of summoning another one, and I'm just like, whatever. this
Okay.
this was his idea. He can reap the rewards. I'm gonna stay here.
Wayne, as you look over, you see Rivius. They are thrashing around. They're alive. And a little reasonably terrified. What would you like to do?
Basically, well, my primary thing was to see if he was alive. So that's a relief.
Yeah.
Thought you'd cracked a crusty, mate. All right, out of the water. I don't think we're done yet. And is it a climb up to where the other guys are?
If you want, you can walk. There's sort of a natural step system. You got to watch your step. It is slippery. One might say difficult terrain. But yeah, because what ends up happening is the water sort of spills over the pool in a bunch of different areas. One of them just sort of cascades down the volcanic rock. But if you want to walk up, you can get up there.
Yeah, but we're like, the four of us are basically the hot item in the entire mountain right now.
Correct.
There's not really any discreet way of getting up to the first pool at all. So,
No.
All right.
Not currently, I'll say that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's going to reveal itself, but right now, certainly.
Yeah, indeed. It's like, all right, basically just, I guess, offer Rivius a hand, help him out, and say, look, safety in numbers, mate. Safety in numbers. Let's get up there. And
yeah, Rivius will follow.
Yeah, let's help him up the hill.
Okay.
Join the others.
As
Let's not get picked off.
As the two of you make your way up to the 6th level, you are met with a measure of awe and curiosity. As each of these devils in kind begin to survey you. And as you look around,
the shoulders, stroke the beard.
Yeah, you hear wizard as you look around, you see quite a few terrifying creatures. You see what looks almost like an insectoid-looking devil.
I do not look at its size.
Don't. It's a good choice. And as you look, it seems like from the middle of the thorax down, it looks like a pretty normal, like praying mantis body structure. From very large. From mid thorax up, however, it looks like there is a layer of ice, thick layer of ice covering its upper body and head, and a thin layer of ice over its yellowy eyes, and its appendages as well. You see another one that looks similar to your buddy, Severe. He's not nearly as large. It's just sort of like a normal sized devil. There's quite a few of these guys. Let's see here. What else? There's a couple of big dudes. There's one that looks calcified. Yeah, he's got all of these like bony looking barbs off of his body. It doesn't look like there's any flesh. It just looks like living, moving bone. Not a very exciting guy or maybe very exciting guy to try and combat. There's another one, a very traditional looking sort of like red hulking devil. He's actually up another couple of pools, but he is so large that it is distressing, and you can see him fondling a long whip of chains and curling the hooks around and then letting them dangle and then curling them around and then letting them. It's sort of just a nervous habit he picked up over time. And then you just see a few different colored devils as well. And Drummer's got everybody's attention. So currently, with rapt attention, all of these devils look out, and the one that struck Rivius growls. How do we defeat the demons?
Well, earlier
Any question?
today,
Sorry, so real quick. I apologize.
I was going to say, what? Just while they've all got their attention on Drummer,
Yep.
which is fantastic, because is that like top pool close enough that I could do a surreptitious somatic gesture repeatedly to use the mold earth cantrip to make a little tiny hole, more or less where I think the bottom of it would be, so that the super hot water drains out into, well, anywhere really, but the second one?
I'm gonna do some quick math, but I have a feeling it is not going to go in your favor. I apologize.
Okay, no, that's cool. Just that's the only clever idea I had.
Yeah. No.
Right.
You're about 500 feet away.
Far too far. No.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, all right, good.
Yeah, if you had some spell sniping, we'd be a little closer.
Extended spell a billion times, yeah.
Yeah. Drummer, take it away.
Yeah. Well, as you heard earlier today, we met your fellow devil, Zabir. He told us about your ongoing struggle with the demons and that you're this close to finally overcoming them. Well, this is your lucky day. We bonded over tea. We kind of took a liking to your cause, and we bring you a game changer. A game changer. Well, Zabir mentioned something. He mentioned you have some spare eggs. So we have a game changer in the war against the demons, and I whip out my Lantern of Revealing, which, if you do an Arcana check, it should have a slight magic aura. This is a demon meta gamicizer. Indeed it is.
Okay.
No!
It will rid the demons of most of their arcane abilities so that they'll be helpless against any of your spells or charms or curses or what have you. And all we ask in return is a couple of measly eggs that you might or might not have laying around here. I mean, don't bother getting eggs from anywhere. If you have some eggs here, just send them over to us, and you get this weapon of demon destruction.
Okay.
You can't be serious. You can't give this weapon to the demons here.
Well, you know
that. You tricked me.
You know that we both, and I pointed Brandon, we really liked the beer. He was against it.
I still need to summon him.
We're getting there.
This weapon is too powerful just to hand over like this.
Yeah,
what are you thinking?
Maybe they will take too long because this offer is only valid today.
Drummer, I knew you could see sense. You see, I told you. You see, like, what was the beer really not make friends with mortals who wouldn't help him in his cause against the demons? I mean, just this more proof.
All right,
he was convincing.
Let's get a deception check with advantage since you've got Heitman here.
Okay.
From Drummer, please.
That's a 26.
Okay. You have the undeniable attention of these folks. One of them starts to move forward towards you, and the insectoid-looking guy cuts his head off with one of his arms, and pushes him down into the pool. And you see him begin to bubble and sizzle. And as that insectoid guy starts to stand up, the exposed part of him begins to crystallize with ice. and he walks over, and another devil tries to make a play for the lantern, and he lops his head off as well, effortlessly. And then walks over, and he is. I just want to make sure I get his size right, because he is definitely big. He is, yeah, a large fiendish creature. He's about a just shy of 11 feet tall. And yeah, and he sort of gestures with a hooked hand for you to turn over the lantern.
What's his rank? What's his rank?
Roll me an insight check. Just like Invader Zim, height dictates.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't asking. I was asking Drummer. What's his rank? Is he a high enough rank to accept this?
Insight from either one of you would be very interesting. And
I'm more like trying to sow dissent amongst
Yeah.
the surviving devils. So maybe deception or.
I have a 27, but I answer that. I mean, you saw him. He slew 2 other devils which were unworthy of receiving this weapon. I don't care what it's
if a bug could smile right now, you hear sort of this different sort of sound from this guy. It sounds like chittering on ice, like you took a stone and skipped it across a frozen lake. There's that to it. Yeah, it's. I just got chills from it. I didn't know you could give yourself ASMR. Holy shit! But yeah, as you look at this guy, he's gonna try and take this lantern.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I turn to Brennan and whisper, Brennan, if this goes south, we might need to have the beer here quickly.
Yeah, I'm getting right on that.
Speaking of which, after drummer is Brandon. And do you want to make some friends and summon a demon or a devil?
Sure. Yeah, let me summon a devil.
Okay. As you are like, yeah, we call my boy. Just call my boy. We cool. We cool.
We cool. We got this.
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
I thought I would be a religion to do this. Okay. I use my physical die for this. I use the red one. It's a devilish one.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Brandon, but I believe in you.
Do I have advantage because of all this?
Not at all.
Positivity?
Nope.
No? All right.
You are convincing. Here's the thing. You are convincing these guys to help you summon him.
Okay. All right. 21.
Hey. As you look over, there is. Oh, what is that guy? What's that guy?
Who's that Pokemon?
I'll tell you who that Pokemon is. As this insectoid creature sort of picks up this lantern and begins to investigate it, and you're like, who's gonna help me call my boy?
Who's the hell called my boy? My boy's a beer. No, I'm actually making a mistake. I accidentally calls it here. Is that whole snake god?
Yeah, right. You just call the snake god instead. You see a striking visage. With all of these devils, it was at first easy to overlook the woman descending from the fifth pool.
Mm.
But as you look up, you see she is similarly disrobed. And as she descends, you can see from the tip of her horns, her armor begins to manifest. Her horns are sheathed in black steel, augmented with rubies, huge rubies. A spiked helm begins to cover her face, wreathing her white skin with this dark gray metal. And similarly, her wings are armored from behind her shoulders up over their red leathery material. And her armor, heavy plate armor, just as if you were dropping a veil, manifests around her. And she steps down and looks at you, and she is a large woman. She's not size category large, but she is a large, like a large. She's actually not. She's actually not very
More like-
chesty.
like
More like thick. Than curvaceous.
Yeah. It's on site. Brandon's in love.
Yeah. And as she descends, she walks over and she says in common, with a breathy voice, "Yes, let's call our friends a beer, shall we?"
He's like,
See- uh,
I was like, before that, may I ask, who
no.
are you?
And
No?
she
Okay.
turns and
I was gonna say, who are you?
and she begins to she opens up her wings high, very high. This deep crimson red, and you can see veins of dark black behind that red skin. And as they reach up, pointed towards the sky, you can see barbed hooks at the end of them, covered with steel and a blade like sharpness on the inside. And she begins to chant in Infernal, an old dialect, which you can sort of like pick out the syntax of, but the language itself is almost closer to primordial.
Can I try to memorize it?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. Intelligence check. Yeah, it's not happening. I got a 6.
Yeah, you can barely pick out the syntax of this. You get a couple of words. You hear "come to us," but it is in a like slurry of other words, and it sounds like she's almost speaking two different things at the same time. Like she's making an incantation in common and an incantation in
Infernal. Oh.
Yes. And as she does, you see a nice. Y'all see a very interesting scene, and that is Zabir sort of like pops in and just physically tears a demon in half that's much larger than him. And then screams. And as he does, you see him flicker back out of existence, and this demon, whose body has been rended in almost two, falls and splashes into the pool as he made his saving throw to keep from being summoned. But there is still a demon slowly dematerializing in the waters, and this woman turns around and looks at you, and she says, "I think your friend is a little busy right now."
Yeah, it seems like that. He seems a little busy fighting demons, but I only have my word. I don't know what word means to you devils, but I do have.
As you say that, you feel that hooked tip of her wing go up under your jaw.
Oh, okay, we're doing this now. Okay, okay. So, what else can I do to prove that I'm a friend here? I'm a friend to you devils.
What do you mean, you devils?
I mean,
I'm just
was
fucking.
that?
I'm just fucking.
I was like,
Just
I was like,
fucking
oh
with you.
god, what do I say to that? I was like, oh fuck. All right, I'm about to die.
Just because we all hang in the
Yeah.
same pool, we don't know each other, right?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you know me. You know me.
Yes.
I'm
I'm trying to befriend you, folks.
No, yeah, boy, you're gonna put your foot all the way down your throat. The fact that you haven't yet is really a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm very proud. She looks and sort of squints at you, and then she sort of her eyes flash for just a brief second to each of the other members of your party. Rivius, you hanging on back there, bud?
Yep.
You're not dead yet?
Uh, thankfully not.
Okay.
The kind of a shit place to die.
I don't know. They're just nice waters.
Um,
Can I get an insight or arcana check from you at this point, please?
okay. Do insight. It's a 9.
Sweet. Cool. You gonna do anything?
Tuck. No, they look like they've. I mean, they're having a conversation, and there's not much I can do right now. Because
You don't want to stealth away and steal all the eggs. You don't want to. You want to make a power move here.
I mean,
while they're distracted. I'm not trying to. I'm not having to tell you what to do here. I'm just curious.
Can I even reach those eggs?
They're 500 feet away.
Pool.
They're 500 feet away. They're in the hottest pool. You will obviously take ongoing damage when you get in there.
Yeah, you're just trying to kill me. I like my 14 health points that I have. Okay, I'm very attached to them.
It's fair. Understandable. Wayne, how's your take on things? Muted.
Yeah, muted. Mr. Bitey here has accepted the lantern, which means I take it as a tacit verbal contract that he has agreed to pay our price. Present the eggs.
And look, it's already
if you
working.
honor your contracts, that
Sure,
is.
It's already
Where are you
working.
working?
I've never seen a demon like vanish so quickly.
Devil.
No, the demon, the half demon.
Yeah, the demon.
You know, like it disintegrates like within seconds. I've never seen a thing like that.
Wayne, as you say, present the eggs. Brandon, with that hooked barb from her wing still under your chin, she produces, seemingly from nowhere, a longbow. Draws it and shoots him in the head with it.
That's.
That's going to be in breach of contract.
And as he staggers forward, you see ice form around that arrow, and then you see the yellowy sort of light behind his eyes begin to fade. And he tumbles forward, dropping the not dropping, it's still hooked on the end of his leg, but hitting the ground between Brandon and Drummer.
Well, the thing about that, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, but we had a deal with him. Like he was, so it's like I don't know, like that wasn't.
Any deal you might have made with my compatriots was not signed off on by me.
All right, so how about we make the deal with you then?
Real quick. Hey, Revius?
Yeah.
Can I get a history check from you, please, with advantage, as this woman continues to speak?
14.
Okay. You swear to God you know this. No, you not like you know her, but you like know who that is.
The fact that there's some vague recognition is worrying.
Yeah. Yeah. As the cataclysm was just sort of taking hold originally, weeks, maybe months, not more than a few after. Uh, there was a battle, maybe a fight is a better way of putting it, between a independent mercenary. He only worked alone. His name was Vanquish. And he was sent out on a number of assignments which were which required a particular set of skills and a particular level of both violence and discretion. But he was almost killed fighting against two individuals. One of them was a horned devil. The other was a woman who appeared quite devilish. And putting the two of those together is a really distressing sentiment. Her name is Erinese. And she is one of the highest individual devils by way of rank and power.
Oh, that's great. I love that we are actively fucking around with one of the strongest devils. Yikes. Okay. What?
I'm right next to her, and she has her hook under my chin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that really sounds like a you problem, bud.
I've been bullshitting this entire session. I can keep going for another hour.
No, you've got 9 minutes, so make it
9
good.
minutes.
I'm going to put this information in my pocket because I don't want Erinny's attention right now. And I think it is something that would be better used not when she's clearly aggravated.
Fair enough. And Wayne, where are you at with all this?
If the lantern has fallen between Brandon and Drummer,
Yep.
well then, I'll put my stick on top of it.
Okay.
Use the bonus action to make the glowy end go glowy.
Okay.
Yep. And say, then let the negotiations begin anew. If
Interesting.
this is desirable to you, you must match our price. If you outrank sufficiently the assembled host, great and umbrious Lord of Hell, I'm sure thou art. That's a good one. I'll remember that.
Lady. I think she's a lady of hell, not Lord, because she's a
Oh,
she's a
well, I
woman.
mean, noble titles are
Hey,
weird.
don't anger her. She's going to kill me.
She's a devil. She's already angry.
Yeah, but let's just try to keep things
I
civil.
can hear you. I'm
Hey,
right
Right
here.
here.
hey. So, what are the chances? that we
Don't
can pull
speak
something
too
out?
quickly. You might regret it. She does still have a hooked barb, like right under your chinny chin chin.
How about this, Wayne? You can give her the demon meditator.
The council is going to
then
have our asses if we hand this
she-
over. We
then
are going to
she-
be flayed 9 ways from Sundays by the council for this.
But I don't. I'd rather be alive. And then I will owe you a favor if you give us the dragon eggs.
As you say that,
And I'll.
she unhooks your chin. And she begins to wordlessly step upward towards the fifth pool. And once she gets about 15 feet away, you see her wings open wide, and she begins to fly up to the top pool. And all the other devils are just like looking around, like, what the hell just happened here? Like, literally, what the hell?
I'll take that as a sound she is of sufficiently great and standing rank.
I'm gonna have
Good.
to tell her my name too, aren't I?
Yeah, I would like to inform them now that she's gone that is a very high-ranking devil.
Yeah. I think I figured that out when she one shot at the demon, that one shot at other demons.
Yeah, her name is,
Devils.
Her name is Erinny's, and you should.
Erides.
That's a pretty name.
Erides,
Yeah,
the
please
queen of
don't
hell.
further piss her off.
I mean, she's technically not the queen of hell.
Or, well, like, a queen of hell.
She's,
Duchess.
yeah.
Viscount.
Yes.
A queen of hell.
Yeah, a duchy is like
Marquesa.
really is technically very accurate.
I mean, technically it'd be a Marquesa now because the entirety of hell is bordering on our reality. So,
Oh, well, some of it. Essentially, this is her duchy.
Hmm.
And
But a
if
duchy
you're
that
if you're
borders
going
another
to, you have to-
territory, a duchy bordering another territory becomes a march. And I'll shut up because I'm getting too pedantic. Sorry.
I'm sure
No,
she'll love
wait,
your argument.
wait. Is it not? Wait, is it an earldom? I thought a duchy was a bordering land. I don't know. It's not
A march. A
think
march is a
march?
bordering one. So
Okay.
that's where you get Marquis and Marquesa.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
I think the rank is equal, but I mean the titles are fiddly because
She could be a
royalty.
princess. A princess of hell.
No, that's a honorific saved for bloodlines.
Okay.
Boy, this feudal discussion is really that's going to be the peak of the session. I know it. I
To
know
be
it.
honest, I
What?
always
It's not
figure
the
that devils
tea.
are into that.
Devils actually are very much into that. They are lawful evil, and feudalism and lawful evil are they are birds of a feather, baby.
So I
Basically
assume
trying to butter
Wayne.
them up with trivia.
So Wayne, I assume you say all this in character,
Oh yeah.
and I'm gonna ask you if it's a
Yep.
good idea. Is it a good idea for me to call her or address her by princess, duchess, lady, etc.?
Between you and me, keep it florid, keep it fanciful. You can't be too baroque.
See,
I've never yet heard
yes.
of the devil who likes it blunt and simple.
You see, perhaps
Flowery.
I might. Yeah, there's a real chance I might become her vassal. So it's
Be
like,
impressed. Sound impressed.
okay,
It's a good thing to be impressed because they could rip our heads off with their toenails if
yes,
they wanted to.
that's true.
And they know that. So
They know that. Yes. Well, maybe I'll just befriend another devil. Well, like, why not?
Why
friends and help.
not? Indeed.
I'll swear fealty to a devil.
Nah, you
That's
don't.
what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah, try and avoid that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know
That would
that.
be
But
the
it's like, I did
bad
promise
option.
her a favor, and that like
Favor is different. Favor is not
she
fealty.
was listening, but then she decided to do it when I said that I would go and give her a favor. So now I'm slightly scared for my life, but at this point, it's for the sake of the world. So
Hey, fealty is worth something. Favor is worth something different.
that is true.
Be precise. Be precise.
I also want to say this whole
Use-
conversation is happening while you guys are walking now past pool after pool of just absolutely aghast devils. The fact that you guys just rolled up in the club and weren't murdered on sight, although I will say Rivius, he was pretty close.
Almost.
He did max damage on his first 2 hits, so you got lucky he pulled the punch on the last one. Yeah, as y'all begin to make your way higher and higher, there are less devils at each of these pools. And as you make your way from the 3rd to the 2nd tier, you see other devils have just been there. Like some of them are working their excuse pardon. They're saying in Infernal as they make their way from this top pool. As you make your way to the top pool, you see her standing on the other side of it. It is about 100 feet wide and somewhat ovular in shape. And the water in it has a thin, yellowy, almost briny color to it. And it is bubbling still. It is still boiling. In fact, underfoot, you are feeling this heat rising and searing under the soles of your boots and feet. And as you look across this pool, she reaches out and a halberd materializes in her hand, and she slams it down into the edge of the pool. And she points out and says, "If it's dragon eggs you want, then go ahead and take them." And that is where I'll leave you tonight.
Oh my god! What the hell did I just do?
Yeah. Well, I think I
I
can get them, but let's call Bios in so we don't have to hang around afterwards. I think I can get them.
Perhaps.
Oh my god!
Unfortunately, I must bid you adieu and au revoir. It was great getting to play this game with y'all. I really appreciate it very much. I had a magnificent time. I hope you did too. But
I definitely did.
good.
Very
With
much.
all that said and
Yeah.
done, I will remind you, as always, to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't be good, don't get caught. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
you.
Take
Good
care.
night.
Have a good night.
Bye.